Hello students, welcome to you all once again in an English class. Today I am going to teach you chapter number 6 of your English grammar book, and the name of the chapter is pronoun. So in this video we will learn about pronouns definition, types of pronoun, usage of pronoun and their examples. Okay, so now let's read. Let's start. So let's see first what are pronouns. So pronoun are words that take the place of nouns. We often use them to avoid repeating the nouns that they refer to. Okay, so where we use pronoun? Pronoun are used in the place of noun. Okay, and we often use them to avoid repeating the nouns. So what is this repeating the nouns? Let's understand this with one example. Shelja goes to Shelja's school daily. Shelja likes to study in school. Shelja respects Shelja's teacher. Shelja's teacher also loves Shelja very much. So students, don't you think it is very uneasy to read? It is very irritating. It is very uneasy to understand, because again and again I am telling Shelja, Shelja, Shelja. Okay. Now let's read this sentence. Shelja goes to her school daily. She likes to study in school. She respects her teachers. Her teacher also love her very much. So when you see the sentence, okay, so what changes I made here? I used pronoun in the place of noun. Okay, instead of repeating the proper noun, what we use here? We use pronoun. So in this sentence there was the repetition of Shelja, Shelja, Shelja. So and in this sentence we used pronoun in that repetition to avoid that repetition. Okay, so first proper noun will keep the same, and in the other nouns, okay, other proper noun will, if the same name is repeating again, so what we'll use? We'll use pronoun in that place. Okay, so pronoun is the using we are instead of a noun. Okay, pronoun is the substitute of a noun. Common pronoun includes I, me, mine, she, it, he, it, they, we, it, us, him, that, someone, them, yours, etc. Okay, so these all are pronouns. Now let's understand this with one example. Veena arrived late. Veena had a headache. So again, as you can see here, Veena, Veena. Okay, again there is a repetition of proper noun. So what will do? So we'll keep the first noun same and we'll change in the second. So Veena arrived late. She had a headache. Because Veena is a female gender, so what we'll use? We'll use she. Okay. Now let's move into the next types of pronoun. So there are 6 types of pronoun. First, it is a personal pronoun. Second, possessive pronoun. Third, reflexive pronoun. Fourth, demonstrative pronoun. Fifth, interrogative pronoun. Sixth, relative pronoun, and seventh is indefinite pronoun. Okay, so we'll all read. I'll teach all these pronouns one by one in this video. Okay, so you will get to know what are the usage of these pronouns and what are the things you need to remember. So let's start first with the personal pronoun. Okay, so the first is personal pronoun. So what is the meaning of personal, students? Personal means person based replacement. Okay, now let's see the definition. It refers to some specific person, place, animal or thing. These pronouns are those which stand for 3 persons. Okay, so who are those 3 persons? That question comes in your mind. So let's see what are these 3 persons. First person, second person and third person. Okay, so what is first person? Let's see, the person speaking. Okay, right now I am speaking. Okay, so I am the first person, and if more than one person is speaking, so we'll use we. Okay, so I and we, that comes in the first person category. Okay, and second person means the person spoken to, means right now I am talking to you. Okay, so you are the second person, you are listening. Okay, so you are the second person, so you come in the category of second person. And the third person means the person above than the other 2. Means right now we are discussing about pronoun. So pronoun, it is third person. Okay, so person, place, things that are spoken to, okay, spoken about, so that comes in the category of third person. So he, she, it, they all come in the category of third person. So he we are using for the male gender, she we are using for the female gender, and it we are using for the neuter gender, for animals and for non-living things. And they, if more than one person, so we'll use they. Okay, now let's see the example. I, you, she, it, they, all are the personal pronoun. So let's see the example. I saw a lion. Do you go to the playground every day? She said to me about her fashion show. It's raining heavily. They wanted to meet my father. Now let's move into the next, and that is possessive pronoun. So what do you mean by possession, student? Possession means something that is yours. Okay, something that you possess, means ownership. Okay, let me show you with tell this with one example. Okay, so if I tell this purse is mine, so what I am doing here, I am showing possession. Okay, this purse is mine. So mine, it is possessive pronoun. Let's read the definition. Possessive pronouns show possession. Possession means ownership. We use them to show the relationship between people and object. So what I did here, I am showing the relationship. This purse is mine. So this is the object and I am the person. So this pronoun shows the relationship, okay, between object and person. Let's see the example. Is this pen yours? This is Catherine. She is a cousin of mine. Whose jacket is this? This is his. So yours, mine, his. All are what? All are possessive pronouns. Now let's move into the next. Okay, look at this table of personal pronoun and their corresponding possessive pronouns. Okay, so there is a table and there are personal pronoun and their possessive pronouns. Okay, so I, it is a personal pronoun and its possessive mine. You, its possession is yours. He, its possessive pronoun is his. She, its possessive pronoun is hers. It, it's no possessive form. Okay, and we possessive form it's ours, and they, its possessive form is theirs. Okay, so please student, learn this table. Okay, and keep these things in your mind. Okay, so that is on your page number 38, I think. Now let's move into the next, and that is reflexive pronoun. Reflexive pronoun means these pronouns end in self or selves. Now let's read the definition. The pronoun containing self and selves is called a reflexive pronoun. A reflexive pronoun comes when the subject performs its action itself. Again I am repeating this line. When the subject performs its action itself. Okay, let's understand this line with example. Noun plus verb plus pronoun. These are the structure. This is the structure of reflexive pronoun. Okay, first comes nouns, then verb, then pronoun, then reflexive pronoun will come. Example, myself, herself, himself, themselves and ourselves. These all are the reflexive pronoun that I already told you. This pronoun end in self or selves. Okay, I cooked dinner myself. Okay, so the subject, I told you the subject perform its action itself. So here the subject is I, okay, and action is cooked. So I cooked dinner myself. Okay, so the subject is performing its action itself. Okay, I hope you understand. I cooked dinner myself. Now let's read the next. They hurt themselves. So here the action verb is hurt and the subject is they. So they hurt themselves. He punished himself. Okay. Now what is the rule? A reflexive pronoun cannot be used as a substitute for the subject. Okay. So let's understand this with one example. John and myself. That I told you, myself, it is a reflexive pronoun and it cannot be used as the substitute of the subject. Okay, because John and myself, this is the subject here. Okay, so we cannot use a reflexive pronoun as a substitute of the subject. Okay, so John and myself decided to play guitar. It is incorrect. Okay, so what is the correct sentence? John and I decided to play guitar. Okay, so this is the correct sentence. I hope this point is clear to you. Now let's move into the next, and that is emphatic pronoun. Emphatic means giving special more importance. Okay, so emphatic pronoun gives a special importance to the subject. These pronoun adds emphasis or importance but not act as the object in the sentence. Okay, they gives importance to the subject, but in the sentence they not act as a object. They appear right after the subject. Okay, so they always comes after the subject. And a noun plus pronoun plus verb. This is the structure of emphatic pronoun. Now myself, herself, themselves are all emphatic pronoun. Let's see the example. I myself went to the market. Okay. So as I told you, this pronouns comes just after the subject. Okay. So here I, it is your subject. So just after emphatic pronoun comes. So I myself went to the market. Now let's see the next sentence. She herself decided to dance. They themselves distributed sweets. Okay. So now there is a twist. Okay. Now you will be thinking, ma'am, you were telling that reflexive pronoun are also end in self or selves, and emphatic pronoun are also end in self or selves. So what is the difference? How will identify? Okay. So let's see. Reflexive pronoun are placed at the end of a sentence. That I told you that reflexive pronoun comes in the end of a sentence. Okay. And emphatic pronoun are placed immediately after the subject. Okay. That comes after the subject. That is emphatic pronoun. Okay. And it comes in the end, that is reflexive pronoun. Okay. So don't worry, you can easily identify the sentence. Now let's move into the next, and that is demonstrative pronoun. Okay. So how will identify demonstrative pronoun? If you will get the answer of demonstrative pronoun to point out something. Okay. How to point out? A demonstrative pronoun points to the noun to which it refers. So these, that, these and those are demonstrative pronoun. So if I say this is my purse. Okay. So I am pointing, this is my purse. So this is what? This is demonstrative pronoun. Okay. Let's see the example. This is my book and that is yours. Those are new cars, these are old cars. So these, that, those and these are called demonstrative pronoun. Next is interrogative pronoun. Interrogative itself gives its meaning, means asking question. If I want to ask you question, so what I will do? I will be use interrogative pronoun. Interrogative pronoun are used to ask question. The sentence of interrogative pronoun end with question mark. Okay, that you already know. If you are asking a question, that the sentence always end in the question mark. Means all the WH family word sentence will come in this. Okay. Who is your favorite singer? Okay, so in the end there is a question mark. What has happened to you? And whose are these files? Okay, so that is interrogative pronoun. Now there is a twist, and what is the twist? Let's see. Interrogative pronoun and interrogative adjective. Okay. So what is the difference between interrogative pronoun and interrogative adjective? Both start with WH. Okay. So the words what, which and whose can be used as interrogative pronouns as well as interrogative adjective. So all the WH words, it is used as interrogative pronoun as well as interrogative adjective. So what is the difference? Let's see. Example, which is your desk? Okay, so it is interrogative pronoun. So pronoun, as I told you students, pronoun we are using in the place of, at the place of noun. Okay, so which is your desk? And let's see the next, which desk is your? It is interrogative adjective. Okay, so interrogative, that which it is followed by noun. Okay, so if after the WH word there is a noun, so it is interrogative adjective. Okay, and if WH word we are using at the place of noun, so it is interrogative pronoun. I hope this point is clear to you. Now let's move into the next, and that is relative pronoun. Okay, so what are the uses of relative pronoun? Relative pronoun is the same as the interrogative pronoun. Okay. Now let's read the definition. A relative pronoun refers to a noun mentioned before it that described more about the subject or the object in the sentence. Okay, so the relative pronoun, what is its work? It described about the subject or object in the sentence. Okay, so which, who, that, whoever, whom are all called relative pronoun. Let's understand this with one example. The man who came to my house is my uncle. Okay, so as I I'm reading the first line. A relative pronoun refers to a noun mentioned before it. Okay, so all the time if there is a relative pronoun, so it is followed by a noun. Okay, before it there is a noun. Okay, so the man who came to my house is my uncle. Main, it is noun here, and just after there is a relative pronoun. So basically this relative pronoun joins two sentences. Now let's see the next. She is the girl whom the principal scolded yesterday. Okay. So again relative pronoun, it is following noun. Okay. Before there is a noun. Interrogative pronoun, interrogative adjective and relative pronoun. Okay. All, as I told you, all start with WH. So what is the difference? Let's see. If WH is in front and is asking question and it is in the place of noun, so it is interrogative pronoun. Okay. So how will I identify it as interrogative pronoun? So if WH word comes in front and we are using in the place of noun and it is asking a question, so it is interrogative pronoun. So what is your name? Okay. Now next point is, if it is used in front only and we found after that a noun is following it, then it is interrogative adjective. So how will I identify interrogative adjective? If it comes in the first and it is followed by noun, just after there is a noun. Okay. So you will identify it as interrogative adjective. So the example is, whose book is these? Okay. Whose WH word and just after there is a noun. Okay. So it works as an interrogative adjective. If noun is in front of it, then it is said to be relative pronoun. Okay. So if relative pronoun, as I told you, relative pronoun join the sentence and before it there is a noun. Okay. So this is the bag which I bought. So bag, it is noun here. So it is work as a relative pronoun. Okay. So these are the basic and major difference. Okay. So from this difference you can easily identify the sentence if it is work as interrogative pronoun, interrogative adjective or relative pronoun. And now let's see the last one, indefinite pronouns. When a pronoun refers to a person or a thing in a general way but not a particular person or thing is called indefinite pronoun. So indefinite pronoun refers in a general way. They are not pointing out to a particular person or things. Somebody, nobody, something. So these are the example of indefinite pronoun. Let's see the example, nobody helped me. So here there is no proper subject. Okay, nobody helped me. And I need to find something. So these are your indefinite pronouns. Now let's do some exercises. Fill in the blanks using appropriate pronouns. Barsha, who is very friendly, lives next door. So what will come here? Who? Tanya. Tanya is the girl name. So what will use here? Herself. So Tanya herself baked the cake. The man who was staying at Taj Hotel met my uncle. She gets excited very easily, because here the subject it is not clear, so we can use he, either she. This is an old house which was built in the British period. Ratan is one of my closest friends whom I have known for a long time. The new auditorium will be inaugurated next month by the Chief Minister himself. Okay, so here this himself we are using for the Chief Minister. Mumbai, which is the largest city in India, is where my brother lives. Who was waiting for you at the bus stop? It is really cold today. Now let's see the next exercise. Fill in the blanks using the given pronouns. So the first sentence is, which of these boys is the champion swimmer? Next is, whose blazer has Amita borrowed? Next sentence is, what games does Vicky play? The next is, who was complaining about the meal? And the last one is, whom did you meet just now? Now let's move into the next exercise. Rewrite the sentence after correcting the errors. Who made this basket? Myself made it. Okay. So as I told you, myself we are not used as the subject. So who made this basket? So the correct sentence is, I made it. Now the next is, Raman got an award. They were the best performer. Okay. So Raman is a singular person. So will not use there. Will use he. So Raman got an award. He was the best performer. Now the next sentence is, one of our teacher has gone home. They will return next week. But in this sentence they are talking about one of our teacher, not for all the teachers. Okay, so we'll not use they. In the place of they, what will use? He and she, because there is a gender is not clear, so we can use he and we can use she. So one of our teacher has gone home. He, she will return next week. Now the next is I and she are classmates. So I, students, please keep these things in your mind that I never comes first. If there is a sentence, there are so many pronouns, so I never comes first. So she and I, okay, are classmates. Now the next sentence is do the work himself. No, do the work yourself. Okay, so this was all about your exercise. So please read this chapter again. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.